From backyard Barbies to volunteer halls, you can hear that spirit in the weekend calls. Doesn't take gold, just a soul that cares. They're doing good stuff everywhere.
I like it, Neil. I like it. He is our favourite artist, Artificial and the Intelligence, with a new song called Doing Good Stuff. There is an extended dance mix, you understand. But we'll play that another time. But it introduces our new segment called Doing Good Stuff. And every week we will talk to someone who's doing good stuff. Seems like a good name for the segment when you think about it. We are crossing live via satellite to the Geelong CBD market, where we find Simon Toohey. Hello, Simon.
Good morning. How are we? What a song, by the way. I bloody love that. He held on to that note perfectly.
You like that? What I'll do, after we're finished, and after you finish doing what you're doing today, your good stuff, I'll send you the dance mix if you like, because Artie loves a bit of promo. Hey, we need to talk a bit about what you're doing, but people are going, Simon Toohey. Do I know that name from somewhere? Where would they know that name from?
Well, you know, usually people think we work together or I went to school, because that's my level of 15 minutes of fame these days. But MasterChef. Seasons 11 and 12, even I've forgotten. 11 and 12, so that's a while ago now, but also freshly picked my little TV show on Channel 10. So a couple of places, maybe, if you come down and see me.
And you are now Geelong-based, or were Geelong-based all along?
No. We moved down here about 3.5 years ago. April, so 3.5-ish years ago. And we're here to stay. We absolutely love it. It is just such a great town, and this market, which I'm sure we're about to chat about, is a good testimony to that.
Well, it is, and we're very proud of it. And for a lot of periods of time, we take it for granted around here. But doing a show like this and talking to people and promoting the region, you just realise how good it is. And for someone like you, who's into food, wine, entertainment, I imagine, and local produce, all of that important stuff, everywhere you go, from the centre of Geelong, Bellarine Peninsula, Surf Coast, into the hinterland, it's in abundance. So you must think it's just heaven on a stick.
It is bloody heaven on a stick to be this close to the sea, to the mountains, to everything, and to bloody good produce. I tell you what, and also a good wine and a beer and a cider and a distillery. You know, like, let's just put it all into one.
and 2 hours of high quality radio on a Saturday morning between 9 and 11 on the Two Blokes Chatting Radio Show 94.7 The Pulse.
Yeah, well played, Neil. Well played.
So tell us, because you're involved in we'll come back to why today we're talking about this, but you're involved in the market. Tell us a bit about what's going on down there in Little Mallup Street, I guess.
Yeah, Little Mallup Street Central. So, I mean, when I first moved here, I actually had a neighbour who said to me, you know what Geelong hasn't got? It hasn't got a permanent market. And so ever since that day, it's been my mission to try and open up a South Melbourne market, but in Geelong, something like that. But before that happens, we have to make sure that Geelong really wants it. And so we decided to open up a weekly market, so every single Saturday from 9 till 2, to promote and to sell and to see if people really want this kind of thing. And I tell you what, if you're here today and you see the crowd, guarantee you it's a happening place.
Simon, the markets are very interesting. I've found sometimes it's a place where you go to get good stuff, but you do tend to pay a premium, and a lot of people now are struggling, cost of living and the like, but just some of the advantages that you have out of buying in these circumstances comparing to shuffling through supermarket aisles to get produce.
Yeah, for sure. So the biggest thing is about supporting local. So while the cost of living is absolutely a thing, we've got to understand there's a bunch of beautiful producers and farmers out there making produce that is unable to be gotten anywhere else. It is unique to this space. The other part about that as well is it's not necessarily in everything shop. So although, yes, you can get fresh produce, you can get proteins, you can get your pastries, your breads, your coffees, and all that sort of stuff, you're not going to be coming here and spending your weekly shop here.
Do you have chocolate-coated Turkish Delight? Like, I mean, other...
Chocolate-coated strawberries?
No. Turkish Delight, you've got to go to the supermarket for
Yum,
that.
yum.
Oh, well, how dare you go to the... I'll make the Turkish Delight.
Excellent.
From here.
Excellent.
But the idea as well is we're not supporting the big the duopoly of supermarkets, right? Like, we really want to support everyone else. And by coming here and buying your really lovely pastries, your fresh produce, your chocolate-coated strawberries, everybody, you're supporting local. And every little bit counts.
It's very, very important. And food's become a bit fun, and just to tap into your MasterChef experience, shows like that have brought cooking into households that perhaps did the old normal mundane meat and 3 veg. Cooking can be fun, tastes are wonderful, but just creative stuff. How did you personally get into the creative side of cooking?
I think, it's hard to say that any recipes are necessarily unique, but what happens is you get inspired by those around you. So people who are also cooking beautiful things, people who are, growing beautiful produce, by seeing those things and by the application of, let's just say, a cooking process of heat of some description, and also a recipe that you're familiar with, these all can come together with something completely new. I mean, if you think about how many versions of pasta there is, but the thing about that is it all comes down to a unique taste, unique cooking processes, and how you like it. So even the smallest adjustments can create something completely new when it comes to flavour.
Yeah, I'm really liking that. The only trouble is we're in a world that's fast, and fast foods and delivery foods, pre-prepared foods are becoming more and more the norm. But we're maybe in some family aspects losing that taste of cooking. But to get the right protein and nutrient into diet, managing it yourself over the kitchen bench is still probably the best way to do it.
I think so too, absolutely. So don't forget that when you come to places like these markets, you buy the things that are really amazingly healthy. So we have organic fresh produce, which is really good for your guts, really good for the land and the soil, very much so. And then beautiful. And then sorry, serving a customer at the same time. Anyway, so what we got to sort of look at is it is always going to be cheaper to buy produce from a market like Geelong City Market, take it home and cook it, than it is to get Uber Eats.
Or any other delivery service, you understand, being on community radio. We can't name names, you understand.
Sorry.
Yeah. Hey, Simon, before we let you go, because I know you've got a masterclass to deliver in 11 minutes, and if you're anything like us, you'd need to spend a lot of time preparing mentally for that, as people would attest to listening to this program. Why would we bother talking to you today, specifically today? What's going on down at the market that we need to go, oh, that's good stuff?
Well, one thing to do is you get you both down here and doing your next good stuff reporting from down here. But what we are doing is, because we're a market, we are really relying on farmers and producers, right? And all those farmers and producers, especially from Victoria right now, have been heavily affected by the fires. So, if anyone is a friend or family of a farmer, they know that hay season or bundling of hay is just sort of just finished. So all this fresh fodder for their farm animals has been produced, and it's going to sit there and wait and, be used when needed. The problem with that is we had a giant fire, and that has basically just been burnt to the ground. So not only is the grass that was regularly grown has been burnt, also all the feed and fodder that would normally go towards livestock has been burnt as well. So what we're doing today and next week is we're raising money for Aussie hay runners for us to buy a bunch of hay, put them on the back of trucks and send them out to the farmers that need it. And it's really important that happens, because for the welfare of the animals and for the farmers' mental health as well, it's really important that we can support them as best way we can.
So what sorts of things can people do at the market that's going to support that?
To raise the money, yeah. So we have a few buckets that will be roaming around the market, asking for coins and notes and whatever donations you possibly can. And just in case you're a non-cash person like myself, there will be QR codes that you can scan and then pay that way as well. So a little online donation. 100% of the proceeds obviously go to farmers and for Aussie hay runners, and will be donated to them at the end of the market, and we'll find out how much we raise. Probably next week we'll find out how much we raise in total, and then we'll let everyone know. Yeah,
let us know. We'll certainly tell people. So, Simon, thank you for that. The market is between 9 and 2, so there's still plenty of time. If you're within 8 minutes of Little Mallup Street, get down there and see Simon doing his masterclass. Otherwise, go over to his stall and say good day and tell him you heard about it on the Two Blokes Chatting Radio
and
show.
Buy a chocolate-coated strawberry.
Yeah, and if you find any fries, Turkish Delight, please let me know, because then I'll be down there in a flash.
I love this.
Thanks, Simon. Simon Toohey from Geelong City Markets. We'll chat soon.
Good on you, mate. Well done. Love what you're doing.
He's doing good stuff.
He is doing good stuff.
Cheers, mate.